Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Trending Topics with Frankie and Herb. My name is Frankie.
And my name is Herb.
All right, we're going to get right into this because honestly, I want to blow past this.
You're funny.
All right. A trailer dropped for Bad Boys 4,
Ooh.
Ride or Die.
Ooh.
Right? The internet is going crazy, man. A lot of shares, a lot of likes, a lot of views. You know, it's going wild. I'm going to be honest. I watched the trailer.
Uh-huh.
The movie looks like it's going to be funny. It looks like it's going to be good. I like the idea of the redemption story that's going to take place.
Yes.
Right? Whoever hasn't seen the trailer, their former captain who passed away in Bad Boys 3, spoiler alert if you didn't watch that, but he's being framed after he died. He's being framed of working with cartels and drug operations for years.
His whole career, basically, kind of.
And I like the idea of them honoring the man who gave them a shot to be TNT and defending the man who stayed with them all this time with all the trouble they were giving him and whatnot.
Right.
And making him have to go to anger management and the Woo-Sa and all that. so funny. I love the idea of that redemption story, but we know how I feel about Will Smith.
Yeah, Frankie does not like... Well, I don't blame him. I want you to know, I don't blame you, brother. Okay? Post-slap Will Smith. Let's talk about this for a second. We all know, what was it, 2022?
I believe so.
2022, Will Smith got on stage and smacked Chris Rock. Basically...
ruining a family event.
Ruining his career, ruining his image. Ruining his image, bro. Mm-hmm. And Frankie has not gotten past that. Don't get me wrong. I don't think I'm past it either, truthfully. Mm-hmm. I feel like this whole Bad Boys thing was, I'm not going to say rushed, but because we already knew it was already in the makes of everything for a few years now. However, it just, you know what? I would be doing the same thing. I just want to move past on, and I just want to drop exactly what I've been doing my whole career to make you love me. Movies like this.
That's exactly what it is.
Yes.
Will Smith is trying to get everybody to forget, right? He did the slap and then Emancipation came out. Bombed horribly.
Yeah.
Hardly any views on Apple TV.
Yeah.
I think that's a problem too.
But Apple TV. Yeah. A lot of things that go straight to streaming services, they don't really are popular as they once was in theaters and stuff like that.
I agree. But I'm just saying, he sees the effect of what he did. He sees the effect of his incident.
Right.
And, I think this is just love me again.
Yeah.
All right, world, love me again. Going back to the classics. Listen, we know it was in the works, right?
Yes, right.
Right? But they just finished filming.
Yes.
Today is March 27th. They recently finished filming maybe a week or two ago.
Yeah.
And it's dropping in June.
Yeah. They're rushing. They're trying to hurry this shit.
Exactly. Right? I'm thinking it's going to be a terrible script. Maybe it's going to be filled with so much computer graphics scenes.
Yeah. Part 3, I tell you this much. I was not a fan of. I don't think part 3 was it whatsoever. Like, it was good in some moments, but you know what it was? It's exactly what people thought it was going to be. Like, oh, but they're kind of old now to kind of be playing these dope ass characters they once played in the early 2000s. Yeah. So that's how, I'm not gonna lie, that's how I viewed it, part 3. But watching the trailer for part 4, I don't know what it was that really just it just caught my attention.
Yeah.
It's specifically Martin Lawrence. Bro, I love Martin Lawrence. And he's just so funny. And seeing him on how, in the trailer was like, oh, it just brought me back memories from part 2. Part 2 was my favorite one of all,
For sure.
But so the Bad Boys 4 trailer came out, and a lot of people are just excited for it. But I guess we're going to be doing our review in June when it comes out.
We will.
That's exciting, dude. I know you're looking forward to
it. I'm saying it right now. I'm bootlegging it. I'm not watching it in theaters.
All right. Let's move on to this next topic. This is a beef no one was asking for.
Right?
This is a beef no one was asking for. We have Rebel Wilson, also known as many characters, but her most famous one, Fat Amy from Pitch Perfect, and Sacha Baron Cohen. If you don't know the name, you must know the name Borat.
Exactly.
So we have Borat and Fat Amy I wouldn't really call it beefing, but it's just basically something that nobody expected to wake up to on a Monday morning.
Mhm.
You know, this past Monday, I'm not sure if it was Sunday or Monday, but she put something on Instagram basically saying that she's dropping her memoir on April 2nd. And in one of her chapters, she will be talking about an asshole that she worked on set. And randomly, she just said, this asshole is Sacha Baron Cohen. She called him out by name. So everybody was like, what's this about? And next thing you know, there's another post of her saying that his PR team and his agent and lawyers are reaching out to her, threatening her not to put that in the chapter, and she's not backing down. So she called him out.
And one, I like that she called him by name, right? All these things that are coming out, or not all these things that are coming out, but when actors and directors, and they say, well, there was this one person, I don't want to say any, why not?
Yeah.
Why don't you say their name? That makes no sense to me.
NDAs, bro. They don't want to pay that fine. They don't want to pay that fine. But yes, no, I'm with you though. Like, please give us a name. I want to know who you're talking about.
Exactly. So I like that she called him out for that. But my thing about this is it's just like you said. If you don't know Sacha Baron Cohen, you know Borat, right? I am not surprised to hear that he might be like, well, I don't know what the allegations are.
Right.
But if it's true, I'm not surprised. Borat was a crazy movie.
Yes.
This man went to a real church and faked the Holy Spirit in front of people.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh.
I am not surprised to hear that he might be a terrible person in real life.
Yeah. No. And the thing is, let's remind everyone, Borat, it's not somebody that somebody created and put on paper and said, I wonder who can play this. He is Borat.
Yeah.
He made this character and put it in movies. This is how he got famous. This was his stardom to fame and whatnot. So yeah, I definitely believe he has a wild side for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely has a wild side. But apparently they worked together in this movie called The Brother Grimsby. Yes, and she was his love interest. And there's this sex scene, and apparently behind scenes he was just being an asshole. I saw something that he said, look, why don't you just get naked or something like that as well? Who really knows what happened? But well, I guess we're going to see what's coming out with so much being said in just a matter of 3 days. Let's see what's going to happen next week when the memoir drops.
Right. I'm interested in reading about that. You know, she says, to be clear, it's only one chapter.
Right.
So we don't even have an idea of what the entire book is going to be about. But
correct. All
this hullabaloo about this one chapter.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sacha's PR team is making it bigger than it needs to be.
Yeah.
Like you said, this is the beef that nobody asked for.
Nobody asked, or nobody expected to wake up on a Monday morning. At least that was my reaction.
Rebel Wilson. Why is she popping up on my feed?
A memoir? Aren't you like still in your 30s? Why are you writing a memoir?
Right. Back when I was a child.
Like 15 years ago?
What can you talk about? Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man. But it is dropping. It's not out yet, but her memoir is dropping. Well, the date you gave me was April 2nd.
2nd. That is correct, sir.
That's when it's expected to drop. So, you know, at the time of this recording, it's coming out real soon.
Yeah. Let's move on to this next topic. This is a very, 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 very interesting.
Right?
Very.
Let me tell you something, man. This is almost like a confirmation of allegations and conspiracies, you know?
Okay.
The biggest thing here, so we're talking about Sean Diddy Combs, right? Puff Daddy, Diddy, Brother Love, whatever anybody's calling him today, right? That's who we're talking about.
You said Daddy Lover?
Diddy, and he changed his name to Brother Love for like 6 months.
Oh, okay. Did not know that.
But this thing it all started with, everybody knows that he was famously in a relationship with Cassie, right? And I don't remember how long ago it was, but it was late last year. It's definitely in the second half of 2023.
Correct.
Cassie sues him for
sex trafficking. And abuse, right?
Sexual abuse, sexual misconduct, something like that.
Yeah.
And Diddy settles like within 24 hours.
Yeah, it was in a quickly timely matter, right?
Very, very quickly.
He settled, and we already know what settling means.
Exactly. Settling means I'm not going to say I did it, but I also don't want to go to court.
Exactly. Exactly. And one thing about settlements as well is that they're usually done behind closed doors. Like we wouldn't even hear a lawsuit coming about. Usually Diddy's is served with papers, letting him know in advance, you are being sued for X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And his lawyers would come about and say, hey, here's a settlement, and we'll never hear about it again. Well, not even again. We will never hear about it.
Exactly.
Ever. But I'm pretty sure he was like, to Cassie, fuck you or some shit like that. That she was like, you know what? Let's do this. Put it out there. Boom. A lawsuit with P. Diddy, multiple outlets, multiple other celebrities coming out saying, I've been trying to tell y'all, and it's just piling so fast of multiple stories of how Diddy is in fact an abuser or just a sex trafficker and everything like that. So, and even with that settlement done, and the lawsuit was dropped, dude, there were still so many stories in that, like you said, 24 hours that was just released from other celebrities with their testimonies and all that. You can't hide that.
And then they're bringing things up from the past, like 50 Cent's been talking about those Diddy parties for years.
Oh yeah,
don't go
to a Diddy.
You got to tell him no. You can't go to those parties.
Yeah.
He's been saying that for years. So they're bringing up videos of 50 Cent talking about this like 10 years ago. I'm like, oh my gosh. When back when we had a trending topics on Jason Mathers or Jonathan Mathers,
Jonathan Majors?
No, the one from that 70s show.
Oh, something Masterson.
Danny Masterson.
Right.
Exactly. Right. And you brought up that video with Cohen.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they dug stuff up from the past. Like, oh my gosh, this stuff must be real.
Yes.
When you see stuff like that, when you hear these stories and it is consistent for so many years, you know what else it reminds me of? And we're gonna mention him later, but Harvey Weinstein.
Oh man.
Right. I think it was Sinead O'Connor who came out with allegations against him, and nobody listened to her. Not Sinead O'Connor, Rose McGowan. She's an actress.
I'm glad you got that correctly. We're gonna get a lawsuit on our hands.
Sinead O'Connor, she's a songstress.
Okay.
But Rose McGowan came out with stuff so long ago, and nobody believed her until he went to jail. Right. So I'm just like, oh my, we as civilians are always encouraged at a very young age. If you see something, say something.
That's right. Yeah.
And celebrities clearly don't live by the rules.
Yeah. No. Yeah. You know what the thing is though?
Tell me.
It's very understanding because again, it's not until one person says something and then that's when everybody starts coming together. Like, oh yeah, me too. Yeah, I got it. There goes the hashtag me too.
Yeah.
Everybody starts coming out. And I don't think it's because they're doing the opposite. It's just because of the fear that they have, knowing that what these powerful people can do to them, which is one, take away their career, which they worked hard and long for. They can threaten them. Remind you, Diddy's a billionaire, dude.
Yeah.
You're trying to tell me he don't know people?
I don't know.
Come on, man. So yeah, so a lot of these things needs to start with one person. That one person that's willing to risk it all for the light to shine.
Yeah, but like you said, it's a scary step to take. So
it is.
Oh man,
one thing.
The court of public opinion is something that is very, very hard to overcome.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Like you need absolute evidence of someone lying about the allegations to win against the court of public opinion.
Yeah. And speaking about evidence, he got raided. He got raided very recently. Literally 2 days ago, he got raided. And that's something I didn't see coming. That's something I did not see coming. I saw him possibly getting arrested or something, but being raided? Like, bro, what is in those documents that a judge signed off saying, okay, it's in there. You got evidence that it's in there. Let's go get it.
Exactly.
I
wanted to come out.
I man.
wanted to come out. I want to see what's going on.
It's insane. Diddy's like the Weinstein in the music industry.
And then, he just has a lot of terrible stories from his musical artists also.
Yeah.
Look at everybody he's worked with. Right? What is he doing for every artist he's worked with? Either dead or went to Christ.
Sheesh. Yeah, that's right. Have you seen that video of him and Justin Bieber?
No.
So when Bieber was 15, basically up and coming, but the next big thing, you know? There's this video of Diddy and Bieber just talking to the camera, and Diddy's just saying, oh, I'm his legal guardian for the next 48 hours. We're going to be doing stuff that we can't really disclose, but it's every 15-year-old's dream, and something like that. He's not talking about every artist's dream. He's talking about every 15-year-old dream. What's going on when we're 15? We're hitting puberty. Bro, I don't know about you, but I was looking for some at 15. I was wanting to, it is what it is. It's puberty. Yeah. So now looking back at it, a lot of people are saying whatever it is that he meant by that was clearly his parties. Usher himself was young when he got signed under Bad Boys.
That's true.
And he came out to say that, a lot of the stuff when he was young, during Diddy's camp or whatever he called it, was not some stuff that he should be around at this time, at that age. And somebody asked him, I don't know if it was Howard Stern or something like that, would you let your kids go to Diddy camp? And he said, oh, no. So whatever, dude. And that was just a video of him saying, for the next 48 hours, going to be there. I at the time, I just thought he was going to be working with one of the biggest moguls in the music industry. Yeah. Simple as that. But it's a whole lot more. Who knows what he saw in that stuff?
So much context to these clips and videos and things you hear and see. So much context.
Yeah, man. And then
let me tell you something. If he's innocent, bring it. If he's guilty, bring it.
Yeah.
I like whatever the truth is, make it huge. But if he deserves what he's gonna get, oh man.
Yeah, man. It truly is wild. And the one that brought the lawsuit, aside from Cassie, another person that brought the lawsuit is this producer named Lil Rod. I don't know if you've heard of this.
No.
So Lil Rod is a music producer that was reached out to him by Diddy or Diddy's people saying, hey, we want you to work on the Love album. I don't know what it's called, Red Love or something like that. Mm-hmm. It's a recent album that came out not too long ago. And he stayed with Diddy, traveled with Diddy for a couple months and everything like that, and was told that he'll be paid for it, be compensated and everything like that. And during this time, he produced some songs. However, during this moments of being in the studio and in the house and all that stuff, Diddy was just extremely comfortable with this guy. Extremely comfortable putting his arms around him. And at first he just thought, hey man, Diddy thinks I'm cool. Yeah. Then he eventually just got a little too friendly. And then this goes in so many different ways. Cuba Gooding Jr. is in this lawsuit.
Wow.
Cuba Gooding Jr. And apparently, and there's a picture as well, by the way, of Lil Rod in the studio. And he said that Cuba Gooding came in and, they were like, oh, snap, where they're talking, whatnot. And that Cuba Gooding Jr. put his arms around him, too. It was like, I never met this dude before. He's in a whole nother industry. He's in the acting industry. He's not looking at me like, oh, this guy is cool. No, he's looking at me like, yeah, this guy is cute. Yeah. So Cuba Gooding Jr. is another person in the lawsuit saying that, so this is where the whole human trafficking comes along because Diddy, that's what he would do, apparently. He'll share his boy toys.
Wow.
Yeah. And he wasn't compensated for the music that he worked on.
Not with money, anyways.
Not with money. Yeah, at least. And yeah, dude, so it's just insane. So much is coming into light, and I just don't even know where to start, where to even end this conversation because it's just more every day.
Exactly. More stuff coming out. I'll end it. If he's innocent, great. If he's guilty, put him under the jail.
Bro, that's all you got to do, man. That's all. Oh, man. Let's see where money takes him from here.
Right?
Yeah. All right. Let's move over to this next part.
On to darker things.
On to darker things. You know what? Let's bring up a light. Let's bring it a little lighter real quick. Say a joke.
There's a genie on the island, right? There's a genie on an island. There's a white guy, a black guy, and a Mexican guy.
Okay.
And the genie says, I'll grant each of you one wish.
Okay.
And the black guy says, I wish for all my people to be free. I want them to all go back to their homeland, their motherland, where they'll be appreciated and loved.
Okay.
And the genie says, poof,
done.
All the black people are gone.
Okay.
And the Spanish guy walks up to the genie and says, I want the same thing. I want all my people to be free. I want all of us to go back to our native land. I want us to celebrate in our culture and our music. And I just want us to be happy and loved and appreciated. And the genie says, poof, and all of them are gone. So the white guy goes up to the genie and
my God.
And the genie says, what would you like? He says, so you mean to tell me that all the blacks are gone and all the Spanish people are gone out of America? He says, yeah, I guess I'll have a Coke.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Okay. I wasn't expecting that one. All right. Well, we got some laughs on it. Now let's get back to the dark side, Darth Vader.
Oh man. So what's been hitting the feeds and what's been hitting the reels recently is all this stuff that's coming out about this docu-series on Hulu.
Yes.
Called Quiet on Set.
Quiet on the Set, man.
So years after hashtag Me Too, Harvey Weinstein, and a lot of people being unmasked and dealt with, right? More exposés of how terrible men in the film and television industry have ruined the careers of innocent colleagues. More exposés are coming out, right? Quiet on the Set brings to light a very dark side of children's television. Oh my goodness. It's a docu-series.
Yeah.
I think right now they've only had 5 episodes released. I wonder how many more there are left, but
I'll tell you this much, man. I told you this earlier. Watching this has really closed that chapter. I wouldn't even say chapter, but that feeling that I always had in the back of my head as to when I was growing up watching television. Why can't I be on TV? You know, why? Like, these kids look like they're having the time of their life. You see these behind the scenes pictures and all that stuff. You're like, oh man, I wish I was there. Bro, anybody watching TV wish they were on a show, regardless of what the show was. Here we are 20 plus years later, hearing these dark stories that these kids had to endure during that time. While you're watching it, they're over there suffering, struggling. Oh my God, dude. That really satisfied me into thinking, you know what? God was looking out for me for not even putting me in that position that I wanted to be in.
You know, it just reminds me of the saying, it always looks greener on the other side.
Oh, dude. What?
Grass always looks greener on the other side.
Oh my gosh.
So don't know.
The Quiet on Set is mainly particularly about the Nickelodeon stars. You know, a lot of stars specifically. I'm going to name just the ones that I'm pretty sure a lot of people know. Amanda Bynes, Drake Bell, and Jeanette McCurdy. These are 3 stars that a lot of people grew up watching or even at least heard about once in their life, or even knows the face and whatnot. These people have come out to say the dark side of what happened during their time on Nickelodeon, the kids show, the show that was supposed to be for kids, made for kids, by kids and everything like that. And they were treated like adults, working 12 plus hours. And on top of that, there's producers who are child predators. They're registered sex offenders.
As producers?
As producers.
Wow.
And apparently Nickelodeon knew of this. And on top of that, how do you not know about this? You're not a corner store company. You know, you're not a dollar store. You are Nickelodeon. There's no way you did not know. But you saw money over all of that. You know, so they hired some people. Let's call them out. Brian Peck is one of them. Brian Peck is apparently the one who abused Drake Bell.
Wow.
Yeah. He was basically his mentor on set, and Drake Bell really, Drake Bell wanted a career in acting. So he, became friends with Brian Peck and everything. Long story short, he's sleeping over his house and everything started. Yeah. It's very dark. It's very sad, but man, this is a children's show. This is children at the time. And me as a father now, or you don't even have to be a father. You don't have to be a parent. You just have to be a simple adult with common sense, with a heart to know that shit was not right. Exactly. A lot of these producers are putting their arms around these kids and, hugging them from behind, or asking them to give you massages, or you're asking to take pictures of their feet and stuff like that. A lot of feet was not introduced. A lot of feet was shown on TV. And I personally, you know this about me, bro. I don't like feet. So every time that showed up, that's branded in my head. Like, why are they showing these kids' feet on TV? Like pouring mustard, ketchup, whatever it was, or toe fighting each other. They will always put feet on there. And you look at it now and, bro, it was all kinks of these grown-ass adults.
Somebody was getting off on the oh my gosh.
On making this a career for them.
Jeez.
And saying, oh, this is what kids wants to see. Not me. Never me, bro.
I understand that in the second episode called In Plain Sight, along with all that stuff, the second episode named In Plain Sight, it highlights some of the things that some of the female stars went through, right? Like they were pressured to wear tight clothing.
Yeah.
And a lot of water and slime scenes. Dude. You know, like, oh, I don't want to finish these sentences, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I hear you, bro. No,
but each episode goes into even more detail of some of these things that have been happening to these children stars, right? Yeah. And it's tough to think about, man.
It really is.
Like you said, you don't got to be a parent to feel bad for these child stars and who I would say, right? A lot of them, I can't even say a lot of them, but there are a few who grew up and made it okay. Mm-hmm. I'm happy for them.
Or
maybe they understood how important therapy would be a long time ago.
Yeah.
You know?
But it doesn't change the fact that if they did go through something and they're okay now, they still got that in their mind, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Which leads to my next point about where the hell were the parents?
Right.
Bro, look, if the parents were not aware of this, sure, call them innocent, whatever. But this is your child. How dare you not know what's going on when they're working with adults 12 hours a day?
Right.
How dare you not know? But then again, this is from a different time where, you know, generations change. You know, generations today, like we're very much aware of like kids and adults don't mix, you know? Yeah. Back in the days, and I'm not going back into the 1800s or something, but even in the 80s, 90s, it was just a normal thing for everybody to just be with each other, you know, and in the sense of, you know, hanging out and whatnot, you know. Now
did you know on Family Feud,
right?
Oh,
dude, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, you seen that,
dude? Yes.
The host was just out there kissing kids on the lips on live television,
kissing women, and it was just a thing, like every
in front of their husbands, just kissing everyone on the TV show.
Bro, when I saw that, I think I was before I was a teenager. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah. I was like, what is this? And it wasn't even like, oh, give me a kiss, baby. No, they wouldn't even make it romantic or nothing. Just he'll go, hey, what's your name? Candace. All right, Candace, next question. Like, bro, they just did. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And but where were the parents during all this time?
That it's what you said is a very important point, right? How dare you not know?
Yeah.
Right? But what about the parents that did know?
Oh
right?
My God.
Imagine the money changing circumstances that this opportunity for their child brought to their family and the generations afterwards.
Yeah, man.
I want to acknowledge the public, because the public does not leave out these parents. The public does not leave. The public isn't putting it all on the producers and whatnot. The parents absolutely need to have responsibility also.
They should. They definitely should, which is where Jeanette McCurdy comes in. Jeanette McCurdy, her mom was basically her manager, agent, whatever. Mm-hmm. And her mom was abusive in the sense of, you're going to do this role. You're going to do this. You're going to do blah, 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 blah. She made her anorexic because, you know, she had to play the part, you know? And she actually came out with her own memoir, which is that's okay. I don't want to say it's okay compared to Rebel Wilson, but in the sense of like,
well, she had a story to tell.
She has a story to tell.
Rebel Wilson just wants people to know something.
Exactly. She has a story to tell. Uh-huh. And she named the book, I'm glad my mom died. My mother died. Something like that.
Exactly.
And she wrote, a lot of names are redacted. A lot of names are redacted. She calls Dan Schneider, which is the creator of all these shows that we know and love, by the way, the producer. So, the producer wanted me to do this. The producer said this. The producer got mad and yelled this and verbal abuses and all that stuff. So the producer was mentioned many, many times, and her mom was okay with it in the sense of, you got to do what this man says.
Yeah.
And so, and it wasn't until her mom died where she was able to have her own life to be like, I'm done acting. I never wanted to do acting. And if she did, then that dream died because of what her mom made her do.
Yeah. You know, she wasn't back in the iCarly reboot.
Yeah, she wasn't. And in the book, actually, she doesn't call Miranda Cosgrove by name, but she said, you know, like that she was reached out by, you know, certain co-stars, you know, asking to come back, that, you know, it'll help her come to the light and whatever. And she says reboots are for actors whose careers are dead.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, because there was just nothing else you could do but just go back to what you was once popular for.
Yeah.
You know? But I'm
glad she knows that.
Yeah, I'm really glad she knows that. She's yeah, man. But yeah, so I don't know. I think that's all I really want to say about this. It's just so much darkness into this, and I don't think this is what DTF is about, man. But what we are is about is bringing the truth and bringing the light into a lot of things in this industry too.
Absolutely.
You know,
we're gonna get more investigative journalism on here.
Yeah, that's for sure. We should hire people.
Yeah.
We should hire them and call them Sherlock.
It's gonna get. I'm writing up a budget right now.
So anything else you got to say about this real quick before we just move on?
Nope. I got nothing else.
Yeah. I highly suggest everyone to watch it so they can have their own opinion and their own understanding as to what's going on the other side of this industry. You know, it's not just you watching something on TV or in the theaters. You know, it's a lot more going on. And I feel like the public should know.
Agreed.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, that's what we got. That's our trending topics, dude.
Whew. Guys. Apologies.
Yeah, apologies for real, man. This is like Frankie and I are looking at each other like with sad faces, you know, like serious faces, like like this is apologies in advance, but we're glad to at least put this out there for you guys.
Absolutely, it's about being informed. It's about being in the know. So,
are we journalists?
Of course,
we are.
Podcasters are journalists.
Oh my goodness. I'm a journalist. I'm gonna tell my mom.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, that's it. Be sure to make sure you guys are following us on IG and all social media. Anywhere you can catch a podcast, you can hear us too. Yeah. We're actually on a lot of places.
We're in a lot of places, man. I saw this video of you saying, we're on Spotify. We're working on getting on other platforms. And bro, we're basically on every platform right now. Yeah, we're
How
on exciting.
A lot of places, man. We are in a lot of places. So guys, be sure to follow us on all social media. Be sure to catch us wherever you can hear a podcast. And I got nothing else, man.
I got nothing else, bro. Let's wrap it up.
My name is Frankie.
And my name is Herb. We'll talk to you again soon.